Let's try to solve this quadratic equation using the factoring method. Alright, let's look at our equation. We have 6x squared minus 7x minus 5 equal to 0. If you look at this equation, we have three terms. The first term is 6x squared, and the coefficient of x squared is 6, and the middle term is 7x, and the constant is 5. When it comes to this equation, we can't simply just follow the normal factoring method, meaning I can't just find two numbers which multiply and give me the constant negative 5. When I add those two numbers, it gives me the middle term. Well, because if you look at this equation, the first term is greater than 1, meaning the coefficient of x squared is 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So we have to use another method, also known as the AC method. We will go through that method step by step. We need to identify a, b, and c from our quadratic equation. It will look something like ax squared plus bx plus c, and that would equal to 0. If we look at our equation, we know that a equal to 6, b equal to negative 7, and c equal to negative 5. Now we need to multiply the first term coefficient with the constant. So it would look something like a times c, which is 6 times negative 5, and that will give me negative 30. 6 times negative 5 will give me 30. Now we look for two integers that can be either negative or positive numbers. And I'll give the name of the first number m and the second number n. We will be using these two numbers, m and n, when we factor. We will get the same product, that is negative 30, meaning I'll multiply m and n to get negative 30. And when I add those two numbers, m and n, it must give me the middle term, that is negative 7. So let's find those two unknown numbers, that when I pair, I get negative 30. And when I do the summation, I get negative 7. Take a look at this list of factors and see which factor pair get me closer to the product and the sum of my equation. Notice that the factor 3, 3, negative 10 give me the product of negative 30 and the sum of negative 7. So the variable m equal 3 and n equal to negative 10, which are the two unknown numbers. Now we need to rewrite our middle term, which is negative 7x, remember, as an x, as a 3x plus bracket negative 10x, meaning I need to replace negative 7 with those two unknown numbers, and it would look something like this: 6x squared plus 3x minus 10x minus 5 equal to 0. Now we can factor our equation by grouping the first term and the last term. So it would look something like this: 6x squared plus 3x plus bracket negative 10x minus 5. Now we need to factor 3x out of the first group so that it would look something like 3x bracket 2x plus 1. And also I need to factor negative 5 out of the second group, which will look 5x bracket 2x plus 1. So we get 3x bracket 2x plus 1 minus 5. Actually, I did a mistake there. There shouldn't be x. 5 bracket 2x plus 1. Next up, we need to factor out the common binomial, that being 2x plus 1, because both the first and the second term contain 2x plus 1, so we need to factor it out. So the factorization of our original equation, 6x squared minus 7x minus 5, will look something like 2x plus 1, 3x minus 5 equal to 0. Now all we need to do is solve for x. We need to set each factor equal to 0. So let's do that. 2x plus 1 equal to 0, 3x minus 5 equal to 0. So x equal negative, because I move the number to the right side, so it'll be negative 1 by 2, and x equal positive 5 divided by 3.